Stephen Jones, the son of Jerry Jones of the Cowboys, was asked about a comparison between their quarterback Dak Prescott and Matt Stafford, and here's the quote that Jones gave. He said the following, quote, "It took Stafford a long time. He didn't win a lot of games in Detroit. He got on the right team at the right time with the right chemistry, and they won a championship." Is comparing Prescott to Stafford a form of praise or criticism?
It seems like he's taking a veiled shot at Matthew Stafford, like it's almost like the Brock Purdy stuff, right? Well, he's a product of the guys around him. It's got nothing to do with him. Yeah, look, he was on Detroit for a long time and didn't do a lot of winning. Everyone understands that. Put up great numbers. Had one of the great wide receivers in the history of football, Calvin Johnson, at the start of his career, but they can never quite figure it out. I'm not sure how much of that is, to be fair, on Matthew Stafford, as opposed to just the fact that Detroit was like the NFC's version of the New York Jets. But the part that Stephen Jones is right about is that when he got with the right coaching staff, with the right team, and the right guys around him, he was successful and won a Super Bowl. And when the Rams went all in and kind of mortgaged, their future for the short term with draft picks to acquire guys, sign guys, etc., and give them a chance to win. Yes, they barely beat the Bengals, but they did beat the Bengals, and they won a Super Bowl. So if you go along with Stephen Jones's logic, then one of two things has to happen for Dak Prescott to win a Super Bowl. One's obvious: go to a better situation.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the part that he forgot to mention.
Right.
Once Matt Stafford moved teams to win championships.
Right, because that's what Stephen Jones is saying.
But a better situation, the Cowboys are stacked.
More talent. They're not as stacked as you'd like to think. They don't have a running back. They don't have a second wide receiver. Can't name their tight end right now.
But you can't
and
tell
the defense
me that
ain't
last
great.
year's team was not stacked.
Last year's team had the components to make a run. I'm with you completely in that.
Would you say that over time, the Cowboys, the Cowboy teams that Dak has been a part of have been better assembled teams than the teams that Matthew Stafford was a part of in Detroit?
In Detroit, yes.
Yes.
That's fair. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, yeah.
And look, and the proof of the pudding on that is 3 straight regular seasons with 12 wins. So if you're good enough to win 12 games in an NFL season, you're by default, you are good enough to win a Super Bowl, right?
Correct.
But just to go along with what Stephen Jones said, the point needs to be made that Stafford won his Super Bowl when he went to a better situation, a team with more talent, and most likely, we agree, a better coach, right? It's kind of like Tom Brady. He went to a situation that had a great defense, all the components on offense, not even a great head coach, in Todd Bowles. Great defensive mind, but not a great head coach at that point, right?
Yeah, Bruce.
He was actually the coordinator at the time. Bruce Arians was head coach. I apologize. And they just needed a quarterback. So maybe next year, Dak Prescott will do the same thing.
So there's a part of me that it might be reading too much into this, where Stephen Jones is kind of saying that Dak Prescott needs to leave the Cowboys to win a championship.
Yeah, is that what he's saying?
And let me walk you through that.
Which would be bizarre.
Because there is a team out there, and I know a lot of people think he's going to go to the New York Giants. It's not the Giants,
I love it when you do this, Craig.
But there's a team. I want to walk you through this. Let's just play this out for a second.
Okay.
Dak Prescott decides, I'm not signing. I've had enough. I got to get out of Dallas. I'm never going to win a Super Bowl in Dallas. San Francisco's too good. Green Bay's on the rise. Detroit's good. Well, I'm not going to win there, right? I'm going to go to the AFC. I'll go to the AFC. Well, there's a team in the AFC that's got all the components in place to go to and win potentially multiple Super Bowls.
Multiple Super Bowls.
Okay, where are you going with this one?
Why doesn't Dak Prescott just play out this season? Win 10, 11 games.
Say it.
I don't think they're going to win 12. I think they're win 10, maybe. Who knows what it is? Maybe it is a wild card.
I was going to say the Steelers. Okay.
I don't know.
Steelers.
But there's a team that next year has all the components except for possibly one.
Okay, and that's quarterback, I assume.
And that would be quarterback.
That's a great tease, Craig.
Could you see Dak Prescott playing for the New York Jets? Aaron Rodgers is only signed to this year. Aaron Rodgers might want to go to Vegas and play with Devontae Adams next year. Aaron Rodgers, if they don't win a Super Bowl this year, might decide, you know what? Even I can't get the stink off this organization. All of a sudden, Dak Prescott has a place to go.
Mr. Carton, I have a follow-up question for you. As the biggest Jets fan that I know, would you want your team to sign Dak Prescott to the type of deal that he would require to play for the Jets?
Yes.
You would?
Yep.
5 years?
Yep.
$200 million?
And I'll tell you why. because this is a one and done, the way I view it with Aaron Rodgers. If we get to an AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, I think maybe there's a chance we run it back. I think if we win the Super Bowl, he's done because you go out as a conquering hero. You've now won your second Super Bowl.
Shrine.
Right, and that's it. That's what better way to go out? Yeah. Super Bowl champion, especially for a quarterback, right? Like Tom Brady played one extra year, went to the playoffs, didn't end with a Super Bowl win.
No.
That didn't take any shine off him, of course.
Yeah.
But if Aaron Rodgers wins the Super Bowl, or if the New York Jets don't get to an AFC Championship game, I think he's gone either way. So now I'm in the same spot. I got a badass defense. I got a great running back, great wide receivers, a better offensive line, blah, 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 blah. I need a quarterback again. I'll take Dak Prescott in a second.
Really, 2 playoff wins.
I know. And here's the rub. I don't love Dak Prescott. But I can acknowledge that Dak Prescott, throughout his career, has been a bottom half for the top 10. He's a top 10 quarterback. And he's got, 8, 9 years into the league. So he's still in his athletic prime for quarterback.
Yeah.
So if you told me that I get 1 year out of Aaron Rodgers, and I'm hoping it's a Super Bowl year, if it is, I think he retires. If we don't get to the Super Bowl, he might say, F the Jets. I'm done with this crap. Meaning I need a quarterback again. I would take Dak Prescott.
You think he goes from one high media volume place to New York? You think he wants that same level of pressure again?
Listen, you made a point an hour ago about Patrick Mahomes, albeit in Kansas City, making $25 million off the field.
Yep.
If Dak Prescott comes to New York, what do you think that number looks like?
Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy.
It's thick.
Which will definitely be an added bonus point to coming to New York if he does come.
It's what it is.
But then, just like he's at every red carpet and they got to ask him about the team and ask him about the red carpet. Every time he's out and about, they're going to ask him about that. If he doesn't want that, you go to Jacksonville or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think, like, if you have one thing about a guy like Dak Prescott, it's not.
And he handles all that very well.
Yeah, also. Like Dallas is unique in that you might as well be in New York if you play for the Dallas Cowboys. You're the focal point of every show in America, every columnist in America. You're the quarterback of the most popular team in the league.
Yeah.
You might as well just be playing in New York anyway.
Yeah.
Now he makes off the field as the Cowboy quarterback $15 million a year. You come to New York, you know what it's like?
Double
that.
Yeah, double.
That's easy double. Easy double.
Layup.
Easy double.
Yeah, it's a layup.
Like he puts your chicken joints out of business.
100. I'm gonna hire him. You know I'm not gonna pay him a couple of those millions to support the chicken.
Dak Prescott for Crystal Chicken.
Me and him, like.
I'm saying inside, Victor's opening up some fast food chicken places in his hometown of Patterson, New Jersey. So that's what I'm alluding to there. But yeah, look, Dak will have options, and maybe the Jets isn't one of them. And I do speak for Jet fans. If Aaron Rodgers is not our quarterback next year, I need a quarterback because I got this window of having a top 2 or 3 defense, very young roster. I've got everything I need on offense. I got to have a slinger, and he's a guy that would be available. So there you go. The future of Dak Prescott. And here's the reality. That would be a roller coaster ride.
Oh, my goodness.
That as a Jet fan, Ooh, I love him, I hate him, I love him, I love him, I hate him.
You're going to need a therapist working overtime.
I need one now.
Working overtime.
I fired my last one. He was a Giants fan.
Okay, got it.
Moving on to a little bit more Olympic action. We're talking about Team USA basketball team. They played Serbia. They won the game. However, there's a lot of discussion about that guy, Jayson Tatum, and he got a DNP. Coach's decision. How do you feel about Tatum not even getting a minute in the game?
So obviously we talked about this a little bit, yesterday, and I've given it a lot of thought when I was watching the women play rugby. I started thinking about Jayson Tatum and how everybody, reacted. Oh my God, I can't believe Jayson Tatum didn't play. Two things that I've now come to terms with. Number one, how come no one's yelling and screaming that Chokerburton didn't play? He's on the team. He didn't play a single minute either. Now, I know he's not Jayson Tatum yet career-wise, but he didn't get on the floor. And then I had this epiphany. I thought that it was about our country that we're very proud of, USA, winning the gold medal. That's the goal, and I think we're going to win it easily. I don't think it's ever going to be in doubt. I don't know if Jayson Tatum plays a single minute, if it has any change on us winning the gold. I thought it's about our country winning the gold, but it's not. And that's the difference between Team USA basketball and the women rugby team. All right? these guys aren't about the team. It's not about our country winning gold. You know, Doug Gottlieb had a good point online. This is like a bad AAU dad who's like, I don't care that we won the game. How come my son didn't play? Yeah. Right? And again, I want to be clear. None of this comes from Jayson Tatum. I've not seen him say a single word about not playing, and nothing negative. So this is not a knock at all. I love Tatum's game. This is all the idiots out there, the columnists, the talk shows, the TVOs, who are going crazy. Oh my God, how did Tatum not play? Because the guys that are on the court are still 5 of the greatest players on the planet. Yeah, exactly. It's not like Steve Kerr said, Carton, go in. Tatum, you're not playing. Then you'd have a story. Yeah. So as long as we win the gold, why do we care? Again, if you're a Celtics fan, maybe you care because you want to see one of your favorite players play. Sure. I get that. I respect that. But if it's about us winning the gold, well, we won the basketball game. So what? He didn't play. Why do we care?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, like, obviously, if you look at past teams too, like, there's always guys that didn't play. There's always younger guys or guys that are kind of role player guys on here that don't play now. Do I think Jayson Tatum should play? Yes.
Look, I'm not arguing that.
I'm not arguing that at all.
He should play every game because he's one of the greatest players on the planet.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, it's not like Tatum didn't play because Christian Laettner had to get on the court. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He didn't play because, that's right, I've got Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry,
LeBron James. But do you think he should have at least came in for Derek White?
Derek White is a little questionable.
I think he should have played ahead of Derek White. I don't think Derek White should be on the team.
Okay.
All right, I think Jalen Brunson should be on the team, Jaylen Brown should be on the team, etc. That being said, I want my country to win. I want to win the gold. I know we're going to win the gold. We're going to win every game by 20-plus points. It's not going to be competitive. But my interest, now, I'll be fair. If Jalen Brunson were on the team and did not play coach's decision, I'd be pissed as a Knicks fan because I want to see one of my guys participate in the Olympics. But outside of that little wrinkle, that little addendum where you could be upset about if you're a Celtic fan, because I get that.
But
we won.
If you're a Celtics fan, you've got Drew Holiday out there, you've got Derek White out there. Like, how many Celtics do we want on the floor at the same time? It's 12 of the best basketball players on the planet. Not all 12 can play at the same time.
Right.
If somebody tells me that Jayson Tatum doesn't care. Somebody tells me he doesn't care.
I think you don't want to be embarrassed, for sure. But, again, LeBron James played. Now, I made the argument yesterday, why are we trying to force feed LeBron a triple-double up by 26 with 3 minutes to go? Take him off the court so everyone else can get a little run, a little taste.
It's probably his last run at this, and I don't think that he's never had a triple-double in the Olympics or whatever the thing was. And I think he had one, and then it's like they want to give him another one or have the first person to get 2.
But that's the point. Like, the competition is so far away from how good we are that we can try to manufacture triple-doubles or other moments in the game. Exactly. And look, I'll be clear. Yesterday I was like, I can't believe Tatum didn't play. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, who cares if he played or not?
Won the game.
It's not about Jayson Tatum. And there's going to be someone that doesn't play tonight or whenever they play the South Sudanese, right? Tomorrow. It's tomorrow. And who cares? As long as USA wins. And let's be honest, we only have 3 gold medals so far. Got to up it up. Amp it up. Hopefully the rugby girls. I'm all in on rugby.
I love how much you love women's rugby.
Rugby and swimming.
Those are the 2?
Look. I can swim, right?
I was watching swimming last night. It was pretty intense.
I can't get enough.
Have you seen Flavor Flav's involvement in the women's water polo?
I can't explain it.
See, they're like courtside.
Flavor Flav found out they had jobs.
He's the ambassador for the women's water polo.
He is now like the biggest women's water polo fan in the world. Flavor Flav is.
I love that. I'm the Flavor Flav of women's rugby. I can't. I'm gonna tell you, like,
say that again.
I like this. Say it again. I'm the Flavor Flav of women's rugby. I don't know their names. I don't know the rules. But I didn't turn it off yesterday. I watched the whole damn thing.
The Flavor Flav of women's rugby.
I'm going to wear a big clock
Give me one full name of one of the women's rugby players.
I don't know the first name or the last name. I know what they look like. I know that girl's really fast, and that girl gives great stiff arms, and I don't know what the hell they are.
A bunch of Nick Mangles out there running
around. Exactly. You're lying. Yeah. Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.